Hearing that they had an issue with finding adventurers with high enough levels, it was a clear indication that leveling in the simulation wasn't an easy process. As they looked at one another, it was a sharp reminder that it would be some time before they'd be strong enough to step outside the underground city. A chilling reality that wasn't easy to swallow in their minds. How long will it be until we can be assigned to a supply cart? Abby asked the man. While scratching his ears, the man shrugged. It should be okay to partner you up with some of those people over there. He moved his head to indicate the adventurers waiting until they were assigned. Since you guys have hot weapons, it's easier to pair you up with the close-range cold weapon adventurers. Waving an arm, the man motioned for them to follow him. While walking towards the group, he reached into his uniform and pulled out a handful of chips and held the items towards them. What are these? Don asked, pointing at the circular chips that had a pickaxe symbol on the white background. You'll need these to show to the people at the mines. After reaching them, they'll hand you a gray one. A black one will be given upon your return to the town with the ores, the man explained. Reaching out, Claire took one of the chips. Hannah and the others followed after her, taking the item from the man's hand. It's interesting how they thought out such a low-tech solution, making sure that the adventurers finish the task and having a method to verify it. Claire thought as she turned the chip around and confirmed that it was just something made out of wood with paint on it. Approaching where all the adventurers and vehicles were located, a woman with cat ears walked forward in a similar uniform as the man. Are these adventurers that took up the escorting job? The woman asked, her ears perked up in interest. Claire looked at both the man and woman in uniform, fascinated by the demi-humans. Both had raven black hair, the man having short hair, while the woman had thick and long wavy hair. Movement caught Claire's eyes as she noticed the tails. The tails were long and short, with black fur. Her hand twitched as Claire had the desire to touch them. You think the same thing? Hannah leaned close to Claire and whispered into her ears. Looking away from the tails, Claire nodded. Settle down, both of you, Abby commented, sighing at their antics. After the two workers talked with one another, the woman moved away from the man towards the adventurers. The first group that's waiting to be assigned a cart, please step forward. You'll be heading out shortly to the mines, so make sure to be ready. The woman yelled at the large gathering, pointing for the waiting group to meet near the front of the waiting vehicles. Cheers could be heard from the small group of adventurers. In contrast, the others sighed in frustration at having to continue waiting until it was their turn. I'm glad that I chose to pick the laser pistol. Bill laughed at seeing the reaction from the adventurers. It may have worked out for us this time, but I get the feeling there may be jobs where we'll be in a similar position as them. Abby pointed out. This world is pretty big, so there could be instances where cold weapons are preferred over hot weapons. Curious about Abby's words, Cammy asked, It sounds like you'll be attempting to see as much of the simulation as possible. Abby turned towards Cammy. I just get the feeling that we'll need to do as much as we can inside this place. With how slow the leveling process feels, to get strong enough, we'll need to do more traveling than we currently are doing. Her eyes looked at Claire. Nodding at her sister, she looked beyond the town. Claire's feelings were similar to her sister. They hadn't even qualified for the starting line, and still felt as though there was a long way to go in order to reach it.